Oh, I'm live. Hello. I'm having my 11ses, or 17 minutes past 11ses. Just thought I'd come on an impromptu live. This wasn't planned at all. The post, a parcel arrived just about 10 minutes ago. Oh, she's up here, so I was just checking to see if Dr. Nomi is still sunbathed. She's just come up to sunbathe. Hello, Gypsy Heart Tarot. I've just realized, I just remembered something. Hi, Chris, you're right. I just realized there's some YouTube comments that I haven't replied to, which then also reminded me that Kellyanne Maddox had shared a post on her YouTube community feed that was talking about people getting upset because their comments haven't been replied to, or because their comments aren't showing up in the underneath the videos. And them explaining that sometimes YouTube removes videos, removes comments, or won't approve certain comments, which is a thing. And I do check when I go in to check my messages at the back end in YouTube Studio, which I do very sporadically. I admit. I've gotten, I get quite anxious because I'm just an anxious person, and anything that I have to do, I'm just always like, everything is too much a lot of the time for anxiety brain. It's rationally, I know it's silly, but obviously mental health doesn't really work like that, does it? But I always check, unread messages, and then I always check the spam folder that YouTube holds just in case. Hello, Kay. Lovely to see you. Good morning to you. And I've noticed that, you get the little, those of you that have a channel, I guess if you don't have a channel, you'll still get the notification thing that will say the little bell, and it will have a number over it, like for how many comments you get. And then you click on that bell and it will show you a comment and which video that it is on. And then sometimes once I click on that comment and I scroll through, it's not there in the notification. And then I'll go to the actual video to see if it's underneath the video at least, and it's not there. And then I'll go into the comments section in the studio, YouTube Studio, and then I'll look in even the held folder, held for review folder, the spam folder, and it won't be there. So I don't know if sometimes people post things and then they decide they don't want to and they delete it, or if it is YouTube not approving them. But just know, if your comment hasn't shown up under my video and you're not a troll, if it's just a genuine comment and it hasn't shown up, that's not me. That is a YouTube thing. So I'm pleased that Kellyanne shared that post, because it's something I keep meaning to mention in videos. Like, hey folks, there's been a bunch of comments over the last 6 to 8 months, and actually I was going through my video and my comments a couple of months ago to make sure that I was up to date, and it jumped from recent comments, and then it jumped to over a year ago, comments from over a year ago that I hadn't replied to. But I hadn't seen those comments at all. I'd never seen those comments before. I'd never been notified of them. And then all of a sudden, there's all these comments from a year ago. So people must have thought I was so rude, not replying. And when I hadn't even seen the comments, I was like, what the hell? And then I was going to start replying to them, but I thought, well, that's a bit weird. If I start replying to people comments a year later, they'd be like, what the fuck? So I just left it. But then I saw another friend of mine, Anna Teresa, over at Ladybird Art and Tarot. She posted on her Instagram or YouTube community feed, or maybe both, I can't remember, and she was saying that she had a bunch of comments come up from a year ago that she hadn't seen. So I don't know what has been going on with YouTube, but it seems that a number of people have been having this issue, and also YouTube seems to just make comments disappear. It really bugs me. So I can read part of the comment that goes up, and then you press read more, so it goes into the actual, and then it's gone. And I'm like, what is going on? It's really annoying, because sometimes it seems like people are saying really interesting things or really lovely things, and I want to be able to reply to them, but the comment is lost in the ether. So I don't know what is going on. Masha, I was thinking of you because I am going to be cutting out and making some more. I've sold all the other ones I've made. The little Wandering Oracle deck pouches, and I was thinking of you because I knew that you were interested. So yeah, and I just, because I knew that you'd put a video. When was your last video? There was a video that you'd put up recently that I keep meaning to watch. So hello, and hi, Healing Spirit. Hello, Jen. Oh my goodness, loads of people coming in. See, we've got the Aussie contingent is here. See, I just thought I'll have a cup of tea because I have been on the go. Like, I left the house at 7:30 this morning to go to the post office to miss it before it gets busy, to post all the sales that I made on Monday. The pouches all sold out again. Thank you to everyone who bought pouches. They're all on their way to their homes. Well, when they get picked up this evening, I imagine. My biscuit's probably going to fall because I've dunked it, so I have to eat it. Elevenses mukbang. Hobnobs. Yum, yum, yum. So I'm just looking at the comments, just seeing if I've missed anyone. Jen, Gypsy Heart, Healing Spirit, Kay, Chris is here. Okay, I think I've got you all. So, as in, like, I've seen you all. And yeah, I was in there. Oh, do you know what? I was just gonna, after I said this, I was gonna ask you folks that actually. What's your favourite biscuit? Isn't that funny? Great minds, Gypsy Heart, great minds. And I was in there. There was one person ahead of me. They had a mask on. Anyone else that came in after me was not wearing a mask. It's just so stressful. One woman came in with her mask on, but it was on her chin. Drives me fucking bonkers. Viola, hello. So my favorite biscuit, this is tricky. Like, if I'm going for like a standard, like day-to-day like bog standard, I don't want to say bog standard because that makes it sound like it's really boring, but is a hobnob. When I was a kid, I was obsessed with custard creams, and more custard creams are becoming vegan friendly, so I am able to get some custard creams nowadays because I couldn't get custard creams. I do love custard cream, but to me that's like a mid-level biscuit. This is like everyday biscuit. Custard cream, because it's got the cream bit, is like mid-level. I would love to find somewhere that does vegan jammy dodgers, because there are two types of jammy dodgers. There are the jammy dodgers that just have the jam layer. I ain't into that. There are those, like, Chris is going to know what I'm talking about. Do you know what I'm talking about, Chris? There's those jammy dodgers that have the jam, but then they also have that layer of like cream, like a custard cream has. It's a different flavor. Like, it's more vanilla than custardy. I guess vanilla is custardy. You know what I mean? They're the jammy dodgers that I like. The other ones are just, they're like the poor person, not the poor person's. That sounds really awful, the poor person's jammy dodger. Nothing wrong with being poor. I grew up poor as fuck. I'm not that wealthy now, like, truth be told. But yeah, they're the ones with the little, Fox, Gypsy Heart. Are you in the UK, Gypsy Heart? You know a lot about biscuits, and you're calling them biscuits, and you know custard creams. Why do I feel like I know that you're in the UK, but I've forgotten because my memory is trash? I rarely have bickies, but I do love my vegan Oreos. Yeah, see, I do. I have to be in the mood for Oreos. I went through a massive like last year. I was like, give me all the Oreos, the mint ones, the strawberry ones. Oh, cool, you are. I have to remember. I feel like you've told me that before and I've forgotten. Hi, Amanda. Lovely to see you. Yeah, Gypsy Heart says digestives are sturdy. See, I disagree. Oh, controversial. I don't think digestives are sturdy because you put them in a bit of tea and they sort of go, you have to, like, you don't have much time before that's falling in your tea. You have to get it in your mouth pretty quick. That's what she said. Whereas I feel like a hobnob has more structural integrity because of the nature of the biscuit. Ginger knobs as well. I do love a ginger knob. That's another standard everyday biscuit. So I'd say hobnobs and ginger knobs, your standard everyday Elevenses. Custard cream and those jammy dodgers that have the cream in, I have not found a vegan one yet, but the day they make a vegan one of those, I am buying a fuck ton of them and stockpiling. Those with a little bit of cream in, those are like mid-level, and then and maybe an Oreo, that's kind of like a mid-level as well. And then if you're looking for like deluxe, it's tricky, right? Because a lot of the deluxe store-bought biscuits are not vegan friendly. So the ones that I used to really love were the Fox's hazelnut and choc chunk, the really chunky ones that they do, the cookies, but they're not vegan. So I'd say maybe some kind of really nice chocolate. It's probably just going to have to be home baked, because I can't, in an ideal world, it would be like a really nice big large chocolate chunk chocolate chip cookie, or what else? I love biscuits so much. Like my husband, there's this artist that I follow called Lottie Farmer. I first saw her work at a market in Frome about 18 months ago. And she does really great prints and artwork. And she does lots of artwork and screen printing around UK biscuits, British biscuits. And there's this one print, and they're all she screen prints the biscuits, and then she cuts them out, and they have like metallic paint and ink and everything. She cuts them out, and then she mounts them, so foam mounts them, so they stick away, they stand up away from the board that they're on, the mount. And it's sort of, and she writes underneath what each of the biscuits are, hand writes. It's really lovely. And my husband, for one of our 10-year anniversary kissversary presents, was he bought me that artwork, because she does limited runs of them, like the big version, not the A4 one, but the big one that's got more biscuits. Like if you like, when I was a kid, it was a real treat, because like I said, we didn't have much money at all. We were working poor, essentially. My mum lived hand to mouth. It was pretty difficult, but occasionally I would get a Tunnocks tea cake. Oh, if I could get a vegan one of them, my goodness. There's a company called Ananda that does vegan oils, and they used to just do the classic. They now do them in loads of flavors. And my mother-in-law, as one of my 40th birthday presents, sent me a big box of Ananda vegan wagon wheels, which had 8 different flavors in. There was like chocolate orange, classic, raspberry, triple chocolate, mint, rose. What was the other ones? There was another 2. There was like 8 wagon wheels in this thing. It was amazing. You've never heard of hobnobs or ginger knobs? You've heard of a Tim Tam though, right? Oh my God, if you could get vegan Tim Tams. We have a similar thing called a penguin, but they're not quite the same. And I've done the Tim Tam back before I was vegan. When I was veggie for 16 years before I went vegan. And you do the opposing corners off, and you suck the tea through. I've done that with both Tim Tams and penguins. It's definitely better with Tim Tams. Yeah, Tunnocks caramel bars, Tunnocks tea cakes, Tunnocks snowballs. I just love that marshmallowy goo, and I wish I could get a vegan version of that really gooey marshmallow. I'm making myself hungry, and I have biscuits right here. Tim Tams are very Aussie, yeah. So because I lived with Australians and worked with Australians, I have a lot of Aussie friends, because London is very multicultural. And so I was introduced to Tim Tams by my Aussie friends, and my Aussie flatmate Rip that I used to live with, he used to get Tim Tams sent over from his family. Oh, yum. We all chuckled at ginger knobs. My immature fiance overheard ginger knobs and had a right wee chuckle. Oh, don't worry, we find it funny as well. Ginger knobs. We usually call them ginger knobs, hobnobs. It's hobnobs and ginger nuts. But ginger nuts is like that joke that Tim Minchin makes in that Prejudice song. When I was younger, Monte Carlos, custard cream, and Anzac biscuits. Yeah, I've had Anzac biscuits as well. Oh, but you folks, you have Lamingtons as well, which are not a biscuit. It's like a cakey thing, but I do like Lamingtons. And I can't bake because my oven is on the blink, and I complained about this in my last live chat, but I had a real craving for Lamingtons earlier in the year, and I would just bake them if the oven wasn't fucked. Bake and make them. I love me a good Lamington. Yes, I know what you mean. They're delicious. What is your position on Dunky Jammy Dodgers? I've dunked Jammy Dodgers, Chris, but I'm not. It's not the same, is it? I think sometimes if you're going to dunk a biscuit, it works if it's plain, and if you are going to dunk it, it helps if it's got if it's got like a coating of chocolate on it, like a chocolate digestive. Again, there are no vegan chocolate digestives. I think there's brands that do their own version, but they taste vegan, as in they taste like cardboard. A lot of them. I don't understand why they don't just make the McVitie's don't make their dark chocolate digestives just vegan friendly. You don't need milk in them. Who's that? Natalie. Hello from South Australia. Hello. Whereabouts are you? In Melbourne or around there? Oh, let's have a look at them. Comments. Ginger nuts are great for, yeah, ginger just generally are very good for, well, because ginger, right? Just having a coffee and a donut now. Oh my God. What kind of donut, Amanda? I love donuts. Like, I love donuts. And it's funny because I couldn't have donuts for so long being vegan. It was really hard to find really good vegan donuts. And then about 3 or 4 years ago, independent bakers started making vegan donuts, and then Crosstown Donuts started doing vegan donuts, and now they even have like a dedicated like vegan donut shop. Crosstown Donuts has opened up not far from me. I can get Crosstown Donuts and coffee delivered to my door within 15 minutes now. Thank you. There's one of the plus sides of the pandemic. And they do this amazing vegan salted caramel one, which has got like a crackled salted caramel brulee glaze. And then inside it has like a creme caramel kind of filling. Oh my God, it's so good. But yeah, I love donuts. Like if you put it in front of me, a slice of cake with like frosting and stuff, or like a big proper donut, I would go for the donut for sure. And I think it's because I couldn't have donuts for long. Same with pizza. There were no good vegan pizzas and good vegan cheese for years and years and years. I've been vegan 12 years next month. And as soon as you could start getting good vegan pizzas, I just went mad on pizzas. And now all the major brands, like the delivery places, make vegan pizza. But we have an actual Italian cafe and pizzeria literally just a couple of minutes walk down the road called Italian Slice. And they do proper, like, they will have it, sometimes they've delivered it to us within like 12 minutes because they're literally just down the road. It's proper Italian thin crust, and it cooks really quickly. So I haven't found any good plant-based alternatives to vegan biscuits, but homemade ones are good too. We have that vegan brand in Australia and their products are so good. Protein. Which one is that, Masha? Let's see. Have you had a caramello koala? No, I haven't. And I imagine I won't be able to now if it's not vegan. Leamington's a fab. This chat is really making me like, oh, Jen. Congratulations. What's this? What's this? Hang on. What's this? Kay loves penguin bars. Hang on. What was this? I saw something about a date. What? Hang on. Where's Chris saying? 8th of January is your date for your wedding. How exciting. Oh my goodness. Awesome. Plenty of time to plan. I know that you've been, obviously, pandemic has thrown a spanner in the works, but we've got a date set. That's good. Jammy and covered in sugar. The only time I had donuts was after giving birth to my son. I was weird. I never craved anything whilst pregnant, but I had cravings after giving birth. That is funny. It's interesting. I think they can get vegan Macro Mike brand in the UK. They're vegan donut mix. Okay. Because if I'm baking, which I haven't done for ages because the oven is like not working properly, I always just make it just without, I don't know, would you add protein into stuff? I tend to just bake more traditionally, but vegan. I don't know. Well, that's interesting to know. My friend Ella, she's from New Zealand and she uses protein for stuff. She makes like protein balls and stuff. She's got a vegan Instagram channel called what is it called? It's called the Vegan Fitness Chronicles or something. I can't remember. Oh my God, I can't remember. She has another Instagram account. She's New Zealand. She's Kiwi. She's quite well known in the pin-up scene because she's a pin-up model and hairstylist. Victor. Oh my God, I can't remember what her pin-up name is because I've known her as herself now as her actual name, which is Ella. But yeah, so I was trying to see if I could find it, but anyway, if I remember to add it, I will. But she does lots of cool recipes and stuff. Mew. So let's see, new comments. Wow, I've been live for 20 minutes and we've just talked about biscuits and cake. My craving while I was pregnant was Cadbury cream eggs. I ate loads. They're so sugary that, well, obviously I can't eat them anyway, but they're so sugary, aren't they? You can get companies that do vegan cream eggs. My friend Tegan, she's a baker. She's made my last couple of birthday cakes. She made the one for my 40th that I shared, the big lemon blueberry one that my husband had made for me. She at Easter time she makes vegan like eggs, chocolate eggs, and they're about this big, and one side is filled with homemade vegan salted caramel and the other one is usually filled with like homemade vegan chocolate mousse, but she also has made vegan cream eggs, and they're really good because the way that she the fondant filling, it isn't as sugary. It doesn't taste as I'm not great with really sweet stuff. It's not as eye-wateringly sweet as like a Cadbury's cream egg, and then the chocolate is like richer and darker and creamier. Oh my. Bye, Chris, my love. You take care. Have a lovely time with your fam. I crave Easter eggs the second they arrive on the shelves this year. This year I bought myself an Easter egg for the first time in about like 10 years. I don't usually bother with Easter eggs. It's not something I'm that. Because usually they're just really expensive. And they're not that much chocolate. It's just because they've been molded into an egg. So. Did I see Deanne's popped in? Hello, Deanne. I saw you wearing some ghosty earrings in your latest live. And I'm realizing I watched it and then didn't comment. I'm terrible at doing that. It's because I'll like walk away from a video, I'll pause it, I'll walk away, I'll watch things in bits. And then like I'll leave it and then I'll go and do something else. And then I come back and like sometimes I've even typed out a comment underneath and then I'll close the window or navigate away from it, forgetting that I'd written the comment, and then the comment is lost, or I just forget to comment. I'm really bad at that. But yeah, thank you for sharing the pouches and the earrings. I'm glad the earrings are, they just look so cute with that little, the tapes, whatever you were wearing, which was so cool. I use their stuff for my mini pancakes, regardless of what they call it. So I love New Zealand, my favourite place on earth. I'd love to go to New Zealand as well. My goodness. The ghosty earrings, yeah, I need to make some more. I need to make some more for my shop. But like I said, I'll probably make some more on, whatchamacallit, for the Halloween collection. I've got ideas. I was brainstorming yesterday for the Halloween collection. For like, it'll be pouches, brooches. It'll be pouches, but like also accessories. So I had a couple of themes going on. It had like a real retro vibe. So anyway, so yeah, I've just been, that was a weird chat. But I wanted to say, like, yeah, what I was saying at the beginning before I started talking, massive side quest, was that I had a parcel arrive, and it was from my friend Renato, who had, he had sent me the Soprofino tarot as a gift. Hi, B. Oh, B, I posted something this morning to. I've marked your order as complete, but I don't know if you get an email or if it just goes through Etsy, but that's all wrapped on its way to you. Oh yeah, he sent me the Soprofino. He wanted to send me a present because he said, how can you not have a Soprofino tarot? This is unacceptable. One. I was like, no, like, it's fine. And he's like, no, I will send you one. And I was like, oh, like, you can't just send me stuff. I'm really bad at accepting things as presents. I don't know what it is. I'm just really bad. People like sometimes are like, let me send you this thing. Oh, I'm glad that you got the email. That's awesome. And like, hopefully it'll arrive with you tomorrow, like first class, like postage. And I think you're not that far away, are you? So from me. So I was like, let me make you a pouch in return for the deck, because fair is fair. Yeah, I've got the Taroko Soprofino. I did a video on it was it last year? Oh my god, was that this year? Was it last year? What is time? I literally cannot remember. I think it was this year. I think. Oh my God, that's worrying. Anyway, at some point in the last amount of time, yeah, he sent me that. So I sent him a pouch, but I had asked him for his address. The morning that I was posting stuff out, I'd forgotten to ask him for his address. He had my address, but I didn't have his. And because of the time difference between where he lives, which is in South America, I was like, I didn't get the address in time. And then it was when I was having my month break from my shop because I had burnt myself out and pushed myself into a massive flare up. And I spent most of my time laying in the bed, not feeling very well, which was my own fault. But there we go. Lesson learned, which is why I'm doing every other week now, not every week. And because he waited a whole extra month on top of when I was originally going to send it, I like made him another pouch to apologize for being slow and rubbish. And then he was like, oh, you sent me this other pouch. Well, I didn't agree to another pouch. Well, I will send you something from Argentina. I'm like, oh my God, we're just going to be in like this gifting circle ad infinitum. But what he did is he made me this beautiful bracelet, which I'm already wearing. I love it. And it's black hematite, lapis lazuli, sterling silver, and then it's got like the sort of all-seeing eye, protective eye bead, the Greek eye bead. What was it he said it's made? He wrote down what it was from. It was sterling silver, lapis lazuli, black obsidian, and the Greek evil eye. And then he also sent, like, it's so cute, and he put it in this like magical fairy bag, which is like, I just love it. And then he also sent a piece of amethyst from, because he's from Brazil. He doesn't live in Brazil at the moment. And I love amethyst. Like, I don't really, people here that know me know I don't really do crystals. But I do like some crystals. And I actually do, my favorite crystals are amethyst. I really like aquamarine. I had a beautiful chunk of aquamarine, but I gifted it to someone a couple of years ago. And I quite like rose quartz. I think it's funny because they're all like my favorite colors. Almost make those three colors make the bi flag, the bisexual flag. You gotta go. Bye, B. I hope your parcel arrives with you really quickly and that you like your things. Bye. So that's the one that I keep on top of my deck that I have. I usually keep this on top of the deck that I'm using the most, which, and also the other, in my last video, I kept, oh, where is it? I kept saying, there's another deck I've been using. And for the life of me, I couldn't fucking remember what the deck was. And then I went downstairs immediately after the video and saw the deck because I'd had it down. Oh no, it's gotten bent. Because I had it downstairs. I've not made a pouch for it yet. I had it downstairs. I've been using it downstairs on the kitchen table. And like, my memory is rubbish. But the other deck that I had been using, because someone had asked me, I think it was Phoenix Rising had asked if bye Viola, you take care, had asked me what deck I'd been using the most. For the last few months it has been this for about a month, maybe a bit longer. No, I've had this about 4 weeks, I think, but it's the I should show you, it's the Melanated Classic. This one is the one that I've been using. So for study, so like I'm doing tarot study, I've been doing Tom Benjamin's stuff for the Marseille course, using Tarot on Earth and his Tarot Marseille course that he put out last year, the video course. I use Tarot Classic, so this is my my Marseille stuff, which is a vintage. This is 50 years old this year or next year, and I just love the colors. I mean, if oh my heaven forbid, if I had to get rid of every single Marseille deck, I really fallen in love with them, like so much, I would have to pick this one. But if I could choose two, it would be this and the Tarot Serum by Wandering Oracle. So yes, I don't know what even am I talking about. So decks that I'm using lately. Tarot Classic for study. I've been using the Thoth Deluxe for Thoth study. This is the only Thoth deck I have at the moment anyway. And I love the size of it now. It feels appropriate. Like, I don't know if I would want a smaller Thoth deck now. I feel like, yeah, of course Thoth is massive. It just makes sense. And then sorry, that was something outside. I thought Nomi was making a weird noise, but it's outside. And then the other deck that I use for Smith-Waite study is the Smith-Waite Centennial, which is in one of these pouches somewhere that I've been photographing this morning, but I haven't finished photographing them. Hence, there's the studio in the box there. I'm just procrastinating and drinking tea. I photographed 4 out of 10 pouches. So I've got another 6 left to photograph. But I use the Tarot Classic. Then, if I'm reading for myself or just fannying about with tarot, for the Marseille, I've been using the Tarot Sirène, boop, 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 which is here. I keep a bunch of tarot decks right here these days because I use them for photographing pouches. So there's always a certain number and size of pouches so that they all match. Different kinds of different types of decks with different coloured backs to go with different coloured pouches in their photos. I try to pick decks that look nice with the pouch. Does that make sense? Anyway, so yeah, Tarot Sirène for oh my god, this deck for Marseille for myself when I'm not studying. This deck is amazing. Oh, I love that we've got some like bigger people in it as well, mer people. Oh, I just love this. I just love this deck so much. I love Marshmallow Marseille, I do, but I had to pick between the two. It's going to be this one, and I think it's because it's just that little bit extra cute. Like there's something. It's like pure joy in a Marseille. Like it's just so fun. It's diverse. The colors are lickable. It's it's got people of different sizes, which makes me happy. Like there's some beautiful plus size people in this. Look at the knights. This is the Knight of Cups, but is it like a bottlenose dolphin? I want to say. God, I just love like these little wiggly eel creatures. Can you see either side of the middle cup, the central cup? I love that it's a merlion. Oh, I just cannot with this. The color, I just love it. I just love it. There's an Octomade as the Judgment Angel. What is not to love? So that's my Marseille. For my reading for myself, Smith-Waite. It's the Melanated Classic, which I really like. As I've said, I've lamented about the back of the cards because they catch me out quite often. I still haven't gotten used to that. Oh, that's the back, because the back is also the 8 of Wands. And the 8 of Wands obviously has the Roman numeral at the top. But it throws me off every time. But I really love this. I love the green nail varnish that the aces have on their fingers. I love that you get a range of skin tones, black skin tones. It's not just light skinned, because obviously there can be, there needs to be portrayal of different tones of black skin tone, and this deck does a really great job. I've been having a look at the resources that you can access on the website. I've downloaded the books that you can download, and then if you get the deck, there's also like a members only section on the site, which I've been having a little dip into. But you get people that have locks, you get people of all ages. So we're here, the Emperor's got like a great beard. He's obviously an older, well, not necessarily, but probably an older man. Being an emperor, that makes sense. You get people of all different like colors, skin tones. I just love it. I just love it. And it's interesting. Hello, Antoinette. How are you doing, my love? And Sam's here. Hello. Cyrene wins for me over the marshmallow. Serene Tarot makes the water baby and me so happy. I've just ordered the Wild Unknown Animal Oracle to connect with spirit animal guides. I've never been I've never really sort of felt about getting that one, but I'm quite interested in the Archetypes Oracle, the round one. That looks quite good, the Wild Unknown Archetypes. Let me know what you think, though, about it. I just, because I'm not really an oracle person, or a lot of the oracle decks that I like, when I talk about the decks that I like, they tend to have a system or a structure. So the Brian Froud Fairies Oracle, that doesn't so much has a structure of how you read it, but there's different types of fae, or she picked sort of divided up into, like, you get the elementals and you get different types of fae. I guess they're almost like suits in a way, which is quite cool. The Weaver's Oracle has a very sort of, there's loads of different ways they can use that. There's like the guidebook shows you different ways that you can read with it, with like strings, or you can use single cards or pull from each clan. That's really cool. What's the other one that I've been using? That I've used, Shaman's Oracle, that's got a system to it. I was trying to think of the name of it, but I'm saying that there are some oracle decks that I've been using that don't have a system. The first one that I used that I found I really enjoyed that doesn't have a system is the Empty Cup Oracle by Stasia Burrington. She also made the what's it called? I use it all the time. Sasarobito. Oh my goodness. It's literally over there. The sassy burrito. That doesn't have a system to it, but it just works in its simplicity. And the Earthbound Oracle by Skull Garden, Jay Schwartz at Skull Garden, that one has no system to it, but it seems to work. I don't know. I think I've still really not got the hang of using oracles, because like I said, I like to have oracle decks that have systems, but maybe the beauty in oracle, like, it blows my mind that some people like get an oracle deck that has no system and then they just like lay out cards and read it. I'm like, how do you even do that? I don't know. It's weird. My brain needs a bit of structure. I think that's just how my brain works. Anyway, and then so for I don't really read with a Thoth, so I don't have I'm as in like I'm still it's a meaty intimidating deck to me. So I've done sample readings for myself with it and little practice readings, but I've not I don't go, I'm going to do my daily draw today and like pull it out, is my meaning. And then the other deck that I've been using, which is like Smithwaite but not, is the Numinous Tarot. That was a really long-winded way to say that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 decks. Well, 3 decks. Yeah, hang on. Yeah, 3 decks that I use regularly for myself at the moment, and 3 decks for study. Oh my God. What is this hot mess of a live chat? Bloody hell. This was a great idea, going live. Anyway, I'm always blown away that people here like watch me waffle on about stuff. But anyway, so yeah, Renato, my friend Renato, sent this beautiful squirrel, this beautiful amethyst. Bloody hell. And then he also sent a pendant, which is, he said, and I've not, rhodochrosite. I'll type it. Has anyone heard of it? Rhodochrosite. He said that in his letter, he said it's considered the national stone from Argentina and was very appreciated by the Inca. It was classed as the rose of the empire by the Inca. And it's really beautiful. So I guess I could use it as a pendulum. But I'm like, I'm so putting this on a necklace, aren't I? It's a beautiful colour. My like pale, meaty hands are not really doing it justice. Let me put it against something dark. Let me put it against something black. Well, that doesn't help either. I should probably go against something white. Although I just did that against my hands. My hands are white as fuck. Let me find if it goes better on a white paper. Like an actual white. No, it's just my light against shit. Never mind. It's one of your top stones. Oh, okay. That's the Prono Love. It is a good self-love stone. The Prono Love? The Prono Love. What's Prono Love? Rhodochrosite. Ah, says hello, Lucy. Thank you. I always like getting it all wrong. Rhodochrosite. Okay, cool. Because I'm like, oh, I'm not great with crystals because I don't really do crystals with bunny rabbit ears. And then also, what else I've got sitting next to me? I mentioned that I had messed up a couple of pouches when I had cut them out, and I had rounded the edge, the wrong end. I hadn't rounded the flap end of the pattern that I'd cut out. I'd rounded the sort of this end. So what I had to do was cut off the bit that I'd messed up, and I was gonna. What I mean to say is that it worked perfectly for long, skinny decks that I still haven't made pouches for. And I was like, oh, well, it was a happy accident. I ended up with 2 pouches for myself out of it. With this one, I'd sewed it up and hadn't realized that I couldn't get a charm on it because I'd shortened the width of the pouch for the tarot. The flap came down right to the bottom. So what I did is I added these little hearts, and I've just like hot glued them on, but I've only hot glued them down the middle so that they like have this 3D effect. And I was like, because I couldn't put the charm on, but I still wanted to decorate it. And I'm like, oh my God, would people like stuff like this on pouches? Do you think people would go for that instead of charms as a change? Prono, comma missing. Oh, okay. Prono. Oh, that's the prono. Prono. And then I made one, but I remembered to trim the flap down a bit, and I put a little baby pentacle on there. But yeah, it's really nice. It's cool because I had trimmed these decks, and they were just rattling around in their tuck boxes. So one of them was the Alchemical Tarot by Robert M. Place, which I'd trimmed off all the white borders, left it with the squared edges because it just felt right, and then I edged it in the red because it seems to have a lot of red and green. So if you see, there's like the green border, but then it has like details in like symbols in red on each of it, like elemental symbols. So you've got the element of fire. So yeah, I have a pouch for that one now. And the other one that I had trimmed and that was rattling around in its poor thing rattling around in its box, which is the one that's in here, is the Nicoletta Ciccoli Tarot, which I trimmed all of the border off, but I left the top and bottom with the symbol and the number, so it makes this really cool long skinny deck. Does anyone else love long skinny decks? So now it fits in its long skinny, and I edged that in a juicy raspberry color, green, and they're quite similar. The dark green with the red, actually, now that I think about it. So yeah, those have homes. I don't know. They were literally just sitting next to me. Just thought I'd show them. Is Jen going to bed? Must take myself to look. Lovely to see you. You take care. So hang on, I'm putting them. I don't want to photograph them. I'm putting them with the pile of photographed pouches. So how is it midday? Okay, I should probably sign off. Get out while the getting's good. My tea's probably cold, huh? I do that to myself. I hate wasting tea, but I love long skinny decks, but I think I only have one. Do you know what one that is, DM? Yeah, I think because some of them were not long and skinny to begin with, but I've trimmed them. So the the Nicoletta Ciccoli. I did have the Yonasa Yaus, but I gifted that away. I have the La Corte de Tarocchi, but it's so chunky. Like, it's long and skinny, which is great, but it's so chunky that like it's really hard to shuffle. I have to overhand that. There's no way that I can, and I've sometimes wash it on the desk, but like there's no way I can riffle shuffle that. And also would I want to? It's a Meneghello deck. Is it Meneghello or Meneghello? I keep trying to think how is it said in Italian, because I want to say it correctly. Moonlight Tarot, which is on Etsy. Oh, I don't know if I've heard of that one, Moonlight Tarot. Anybody here got the Wicker Moon Tarot? It's created by the person who runs the witchy shop in Eltham, London. I've not heard of that either, Wicker Moon. Yeah, I use the Mages of La Corte, says Marsha. Nicoletta looks enticing like that. I have the pocket version. Oh my god, this is it because it's low Scarabeo, isn't it? The low Scarabeo minis are quite small, like small. Or is it who is it? It's either Llewellyn or low Scarabeo, but when they make mini decks, they're like really tiny. Like I feel like US Games hit the sweet spot with their mini decks in a tin, because they're small, but they're not like so small your eyes are like squinting to see what the hell is on a card. Whereas maybe it is both low Scarabeo and Llewellyn that make just like really tiny decks, and it's just like, this is just silly. Like if I want a tiny deck like that, I'll use a normal. So excuse you. Sorry, I don't know if you heard that car being really loud. Low Scarabeo, it is smaller than the tins. Yeah, they are, aren't they? Yeah, it's they're so wee. But yeah, I think the US Games probably has the best sized minis. So yeah. So I was just looking at my friends put some postcards as well of Ipanema and Buenos Aires. So Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and Buenos Aires, Argentina. Beautiful. Oh, how lovely. People are so sweet. So yeah, those are a lovely little surprise that arrived this morning. What else? Yeah, I think that's kind of all. I just felt like a little catch up. By Inessa, can't think of the surname. Moonlight Tarot. I'll look it up. Not that I'm buying any more tarot decks at the moment. I nearly bought the the Trionfi della Luna Paradoxical Rose, which I have wanted for like 3 years now. I just wish I'd bought it back when it first came out, because there's the new like monster expanded version, but like the shipping, and then like the shipping is £20, and then the if you add on customs, which would probably be about £20, and then you add on whatever Brexit bullshit tax they've put on it, which is probably, I don't know, however much, I'm paying for the deck twice essentially. So I'm just like, I just cannot justify it. So never mind. It's nearly, completely out of print. Which one is that, Antoinette? Hi, Robin, you're right. So, yeah, I'm going to sign off because I've waffled on long enough. Sorry, Robin, you come in at the end. I need to carry on photographing these pouches. Oh, my goodness. These colours just make me so... Yum, 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 yum. These are all being photographed. I got some more. I'm using some of the celestial charms, which I'm loving, with the enameled ones. Oh, yum yum. What else was it? I've got like this one-off like Diamante leaf business. So yeah, I think most people have seen the other ones, the other charms. Oh yeah, I've got this like Celtic knotwork pentacle one. Love these charms, and a howling wolf, and a dagger, one with a dagger on it. So yes, I've been photographing those. I'm going to go finish them if I get all these photographed, and then there'll be lunch at 1. Lavender Moon, hello. I'm just signing off, lovely. But yeah, thank you everyone for joining me for whatever this was. A little tea break, a little bit of procrastination, a little bit of catch up, a little bit of biscuit chat. So yeah, thank you, lovely. They'll be going up on the 5th of July, Monday the 5th of July, because I'm doing every 2 weeks. I'm trying to get ahead of myself because I want to make other stuff. Oh, and there the phone goes. So I'm going to have to sign off. So you take care of yourselves, wear a mask, socially distance, and all that jazz. Ciao.